Good morning! It's Sunday. It's that time again. All Spiritual Life Centers presenting the live service. All right. So welcome to All Spiritual Life Center live feed. And until we get our building, we will be coming to you live every Sunday at 10:30. And we're so grateful that you have woke up and spent your Sunday with us for this next hour. Thank you so much. So now that we have said our good mornings and we've done some announcements, which I will do more announcements towards the end as well. But let's just breathe. Take in the breath of the life force that's ever present and always around. Breathe in the stillness of the morning. Center yourself. Allow yourself to be open at the top and expanded in the heart. Let yourself be grounded to this beautiful planet on which we have our experience in. And we're going to do our invocation. Yeah, that would help if I found there it is. We're going to light this candle. I forgot to do it last week. I apologize for that. We light this candle. This candle is a representation of the light of spirit and how many other candles can be lit from just one. And so we're going to light this candle together, because I know you're all here with me. And I am with you, for there is no separation. That is the illusion. For the unity of spirit and the oneness that the internal flame. We light this in honor and recognition that there's only one true light in the world. There's only one true light in creation. Though it goes by 10,000 names, we are grateful that this parents are within our. And for this, we are thank you for this eternal heart, that eternal within the soul, that lights our minds and shows us the way. And we say thank you. So let it be. Amen. So, all right. Now, we're at the point. I hope everybody's been able to, will do. I love you, Larry. I hope everybody was able to download their Declaration of Principles. This is the time where this is where we recite together. So, number one, we believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena in nature, both physical and spiritual, are expressions of infinite intelligence. Number three, we affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitutes true religion. Number four, we affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. Number five, we affirm that communication with the called dead is a fact, scientifically proved by the phenomenon of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is in the world. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Number seven, we affirm that the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey nature's physical and spiritual laws. Some of what we talk about here in All Spiritual Life Center is understanding these laws, these natural laws. Number eight, we affirm that the door of reformation is never closed to any soul here or hereafter. Number nine, we affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. And that is our Declaration of Principles. And we will be discussing, we started our topic this week, 2 weeks ago, on the first principle, and we tied in the second principle. Today we're going to tie the third one in with some more discussion on natural law and spiritual laws and how to utilize them for yourself. So that's what's coming up. But right now we're going to get into our healing service. Let yourself get in a comfortable position. Breathe. Center yourself in your heart and allow yourself to, as you breathe in through the heart center. Let the heart expand. Let this air fill you, this light fill you. The unseen spirit all around us at all times fill you. With intent, consciousness, breathe through your heart center. And we ask our healing guides and healing teachers to join us in this time and space, to feel their presence, let yourself feel the gathering of the energies as your healing guides pour forth their healing energy into your mind, into your body, and into your spirit, awakening more of the truth of who you really are. A divine spiritual being, a being of light, having a human experience. And allowing yourself to be the bridge between both worlds. Allowing the light of heavenly realms to fill your body, your cells, and your organs. Your brain, your tissue. Activating DNA. Pulsating through your body. Touching every aspect of you. Healing parts of you that you may felt were not healed. But in truth, we really are completely perfect. And we breathe this truth within us through our heart to expand through our aura, to vibrate our Merkaba, to spin the heavenly frequencies and energies all around us, so that we too are a vessel of healing, of light, of wholeness, and of love. And we anchor this into our heart and expand our truth. Let yourself feel this presence. Take a few moments to breathe in the abundance of life. Feel your guides lay their hands upon you. Know this healing energy goes just where it's necessary. Feel your aura expanding. Clearing out stagnant, toxic energies. Letting them go to be transmuted, never to harm another soul again. With your conscious intent, you hold this power of transmutation within you. Let whatever ails you go, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Even let that which financially you believe holds you back, let that go and allow that to be healed as well. Tell yourself that you allow yourself to receive the abundance of the universe's love, prosperity, and divine light that you welcome to receive. And that you no longer hold on to false beliefs. And now that we've anchored this into our body, our mind, and our spirit, let us read our healing prayer together. Remember, the first half of the prayer belongs to you. The second half of the prayer we share with others. Okay? Prayer for spiritual healing. We ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from our mind and our body and to restore us to perfect health. We ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and we will do our part. Take in another breath. Cultivate the giving within your heart. Allow people to mentally appear in your mind's eye that you wish to send healing to. And we read together. I grasp the great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. We put our trust in love and power of the infinite intelligence. So mote it be, and amen. Take a few minutes to hold these people in your mind's eye and vibrationally call out their name. my son, all people who are in recovery, seeking a way out of addiction, the homeless, animals, the planet, and all souls who feel that they are so alone. May we all find unity and peace within our hearts, within our being. Good morning, Kelly. Welcome. This concludes our healing service. We'll finish our healing service with a prayer. Great unseen healing force, as we leave this part of the service, we carry this understanding and truth forward with us. And we remember that this is our truth and that we're never without healing, without love, or we're never separated from that which we call God, infinite intelligence, great spirit. And at any moment when we're feeling disconnected, we stop and remember the heart on which we breathed in the light and love. And we take a moment to breathe it in, to expand our auras, to remember that we are divine and that we're always connected, and that the separation between wholeness and love is an illusion. And with each step we carry forward on this day and throughout our week, we walk gently, knowing that every step is a step towards wholeness on our path and our journey to oneness. And with this truth, we say thank you. And we know how truly blessed we really are, despite what circumstances may try to tell us. And together we say, so mote it be, and amen. All right. I don't know about you, but that felt pretty good. I look forward to doing that with you every week. Alrighty, so now, this week we have been talking about, the first week we talked about we believe in infinite intelligence, and the Declaration of the Principles, and what they wrote for a brief summary in the Spiritualist Manual is, by this we express our belief in supreme impersonal power everywhere present, manifesting as life. So the fact that you and I are living and breathing and we have a life, therefore that's infinite intelligence expressing itself in the uniqueness of our being. Therefore, the fact anything has life, that is that infinite intelligence. So you see, we are never, ever separated. Although it appears that way because we're encased in this physical body. And so the consciousness that is us, that we are, sees out through the technology that we call eyes. And then that filters back into the brain. And then we make patterns out of it that we understand, and we feel that we're seeing outside of ourselves, when in truth, we're seeing the infinite intelligence and all the life that surrounds us. Most of the time, most people forget that they're not separate from each other. We're having this experience in the mind of that which we call infinite intelligence. And just like when we have our thoughts, we have all these different thoughts dancing around in our brains every day, but it's the thoughts that we give our attention to, that the energy, the lightning that strikes in our minds charges, and that's what we begin manifesting, okay? So we're like thought patterns. The whole world, all the peoples upon it, and all life are like little thought patterns that infinite intelligence chose to focus its attention on, so that we may have our being, and it may have its being as us. When we can remember that, we're only separated when we feel that we are something other than what is divine. We cannot, in any way, shape, or form, no matter what path we take, be separate from the divine. We can feel that way. We have free will. We can choose to walk a different path that we think completely cancels out divine source. But remember, divine source created all things. Therefore, that which we may think in the illusion is completely shutting out the light. No, because divine source created yin and yang. Okay? There's a little bit of light in the darkness, and there's a little darkness in the light. It's called balance, unity, oneness. Okay? Number two, we believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are expressions of infinite intelligence. And I think we just kind of covered that again, didn't we? Although last week, one of the things we discussed is the natural law, the phenomena in nature, forgive me, of physical and spiritual expressions. We started tapping into one of the natural laws, and the law was gravity. And we talked a little bit about how we have the earth, physical gravity, but gravity doesn't stop in our visible universe. Gravity also is a spiritual law that helps and allows us to manifest those circumstances or those effects or the material things that we feel we need in our life. So gravity works on both planes. It works on the spiritual plane, where all those thoughts, those visions that we have, those desires in our heart, we pull all of those together and we allow ourselves to experience it in our being, and that triggers the law of attraction and vibration, and that goes out into the universal, unseen spiritual realms, and the law of gravity on the spiritual side begins drawing the atoms and the protons and the photons and molecules and all of this stuff together, and it starts falling and falling and falling. And next thing you know, it crosses a barrier from the spiritual realm to the physical realm, which in truth, there's no separation there, but I'm just saying that to give you a measurement. And then it begins to manifest, and we start to see the signs of it every day in our experience here. So that was just one of the natural laws we discussed. Now this week we're going to discuss a little bit more. So number 3 of the Declaration of Principles is, we affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitutes true religion. So religion, we're going to tap on this real quick. Religion is no certain sect. Okay, that too is an illusion that was constructed by man. You're either this religion or you're that religion, or you're this religion, or you believe this way, so you're that way. No. Infinite intelligence remembers all things, and all religions talk about it in their way. Okay, although we may not always agree in the words or the acronyms or how they choose to describe or teach this understanding, you have to remember man can and is fallible. Okay, so sometimes if we haven't done certain types of work within us, our shadow self kind of takes over, and we, even with the best intentions, if you haven't done some internal uncovering, okay, and All Spiritual Life Center will offer classes that teach us how to uncover from our darker aspect and our illusions. But some people, even with their best intentions, the ego gets in the way, and they teach things in such a way that can be viewed as either incorrect or misleading. Okay, so we don't want to hold fault, because we've all made those types of mistakes, and we probably still will in some degree in our lives. Okay, so we're not saying that we're better than anyone, or we're not saying that everyone else is wrong. What we're saying is understanding natural and spiritual laws, okay, in understanding them and putting them into practice and into manifestation and into experience in our daily physical life, then what we become is we become that bridge. And that constitutes true religion. True religion means, the word religion means to tie or bind, okay? So I don't particularly want to tie myself to any one denomination of how people teach of infinite intelligence, or some of them master teachers, or how they discuss and teach natural laws or magic, for even that example. I want to understand as much as I can about what is available around me. And sometimes that means I've got to, for a few minutes, go over in Kabbalah and understand what Kabbalah, because Spirit will guide me to Kabbalah. And I begin researching and understanding the tree of life and what that means for humanity. And then more of that truth, Spirit will guide me into Christianity, into the Gnostics. And there's a piece of that truth there that I need to expand on what I've already learned. And then I go to a Native American, and I understand what they talk about, the great spirits, and how everything has a spirit within it. And then that starts opening me at the top and in the heart to understand how all of these are truly connected, and that there really is no right and wrong. There just is, and everybody's perception is a little bit different, right? But here's the cool, and here's the key. When we can allow our perception to expand in our knowledge, and allow ourselves to ask the question, I wonder what they mean by tree of life. Or I wonder what they mean by magic. Instead of slamming the door shut because it's out of our realm of expertise, or it's out of our realm of familiarity. Because whenever we slam that door shut, we slam it against ourselves. We're not slamming it against anyone else. We're slamming it against ourselves from the expansion that's being asked and called from that being that lives us to do. Okay? So we affirm correct understanding of such expressions, and living in accordance therewith constitutes true religion. So true religion is understanding life. Let me say that again. True religion is understanding life and natural and spiritual laws. Okay? Because when we begin to understand life, and that all things have their being in that which we call life, no matter if it's a plant, the fact that it's here, gives it life. Even a rock has energy, and energy is life. Okay? So that's the part that we want to begin understanding. This is where quantum physics and science ties into all of this, creating more of that bridge. Quantum physics says everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything. The chair you're sitting on is energy. The table on which my computer rests is energy. Rocks are energy. Plant life is energy. The sun is energy. The moon is energy. And this energy is everywhere your eyes can lay upon, including the mirror that you can see your reflection in. And that's what we want to do. We want to start changing the perception of the reflection so that it can expand to the oneness of all energy, because all things are energy. It says in the Spiritualist Manual, a brief little summary on Declaration 3, a correct understanding of the laws of nature on the physical, mental, and spiritual planes of life, and living in accordance therewith will unfold the highest aspirations and attributes of the soul, which is in correct function of true religion. Isn't that what we were just talking about? Isn't that neat? That is just so amazing that we have this wonderful mirror that we call life and the world that we view, okay? And everything in this totality that is here, that we can witness, is alive. And that's part of that extra key right there, is remembering and becoming the witness, witnessing life, experiencing life from within to expand without, right? To become the way, to become the light. This constitutes true religion. We call ourselves here at All Spiritual Life Center. That's a name that Spirit told us that we should use. All means the all of infinite intelligence is spiritual, and it is life, and we have our being in the center of it. And all life is welcome. All life is welcome, because one of the things we like to share in some of our teachings is that there is no separation. That is the illusion. And we look upon each other knowing that you, in your infinite being, are a reflection of my infinite being. And sometimes our perception, our judgments, our pain, our ego get in the way of seeing that. And that's part of our soul's growth. That's part of our soul's growth, is remembering what we have forgotten. There was a time on this planet 56,000 years ago, in a time of Atlantis, that we knew of natural law. We understood how to use and harness the energies around us. And then our consciousness kind of fell due to certain things that went on, and maybe at a later date we can talk about those. But for today, we're going to talk about remembering our higher consciousness, remembering what we forgot as a race, remembering that we, in the totality, are the Son of God. We are not just one man, although a great man. We are the Son. S-O-N, and S-U-N. Okay? Solar plexus isn't called solar plex without a reason. Okay? These terms aren't given to us because they're meaningless. We take some time and use the mental faculties, our spiritual mental faculties, and go into contemplation. What does that mean? Solar plexus, solar, sun. Oh, I am a sun. And then humanity as collective is the sun. And I don't mean to exclude in any sort of masculine or feminine. We'll get into that topic a lot later. What I'm discussing is what that means, not gender-based. Okay? The reason why man, the collective, is called the sun, the masculine, is because while we're in the physical realm, by the fact that we can do and we can take action, action is a masculine principle. So that is why we are the sun, the masculine principle, because we can take action in our lives. And even though I said we'll discuss this at a later date, we're going to touch on it real quick, because this is spiritual law right here that we're discussing. Okay? This is natural law that we're discussing. So the intuitive part of us, that undercover being, so to speak, that gives us those intuitive knowings in our gut, in our heart, and in our minds, that intuitiveness is that feminine principle. So the sun, us, okay, is given birth every single day by that virgin, okay, that immaculate conception of the intuitive, unseen side of us that is felt, but not necessarily seen. Okay? Pretty neat, right? That the stories that we've been told, no matter where you heard them at or how, were stories about us, telling us in parables, in secrecy, in metaphors, who we are and how to uncover our true being. And when we can take the masculine action expression of us and use our divine will, okay, solar plexus, and turn that inward and search the heart and the spirit and seek to know the higher self, then we become the bridge between the masculine and the feminine, and we become the holy child of unity. We become the phoenix. We become into the oneness and remember our true being. That constitutes true religion. So I hope you have really enjoyed what we've discussed today. As far as natural laws, I want you to contemplate what we were talking about. Masculine and feminine, those are natural laws, okay? And each one of us holds both aspects, as that yin and that yang again, okay? It's in that heart center. We want to cultivate understanding our inner world, who we really are. Remember and contemplate truths to broaden our perspectives when we look out into the world. And remember that every step of our being can be that true religion within the mind of infinite intelligence. I am so very grateful that I get to do this with you every Sunday. And I hope today, and we're going to be delving more into natural laws, okay? Because correct understanding, what they tell us, right? We want to understand these things. We want to know how to apply these and utilize them in our daily life. Ignorance does not negate these laws. Just because, like we discussed, we don't know or see that gravity's there, all we got to do is trip over a rock and it shows up. It's never not there. And so these other laws that we're discussing today, and even though we went ahead and went into gender a little bit, and we went into the oneness of who we are, we must understand, again, that if I look out to you and you happen to be a man, that doesn't mean you're still not a reflection of me because I chose to be in the body of a woman, okay? And if you're doing something that is demonstrating to me, let's say I come across a man who's very arrogant, okay? And I think to myself, oh man, he's just kind of arrogant, you know. I got to remember, in practicing these principles, I have to remember that if I notice his arrogance and it bothers me, then I have a button inside of me that at some level, in some degree, is displaying arrogance. So that's where I have to go into the feminine aspect, the unseen aspect of me, that shadow self, and uncover where, and be honest, where I'm being arrogant in my life, or where was arrogance heavily demonstrated to me to where I repulsed at it so deeply. And this is where we get into that uncovering those hidden buttons, those false beliefs that we carry with us that we don't even know is still dictating our lives. Okay? And that's the divine feminine. She's the sacred womb of darkness. Doesn't make her evil in any way, shape, or form. It makes her divine because she's the creatress. She's what dictates all of our experiences if we haven't allowed ourselves to be consciously aware of our subconscious understandings, our subconscious hidden beliefs. So we have to connect those two. Okay? It means we have to delve into our darkness. We can't be afraid because we're the light, right? If we're the light, then there's nothing to be afraid of in the darkness. We take our candle that we lit with us and we go in and we uncover. And then we become conscious of it. That's the masculine principle, using the divine will to go inward. Instead of pointing my finger always outward saying, you this, you that, you this, if you made me feel this way, or if you hadn't have done this. No, I can't do that today. We have to take full responsibility for our lives, our feelings, our thoughts, our actions. We're in a time for us to grow up. Granted, we might be children, the son of that which we call God, infinite intelligence, or great spirit. But we've been children enough. We've been spoiled long enough. It's time to get out of me syndrome by delving into the eye of who I truly am and uncovering, removing obstacles, blockages, old perceptions, old belief patterns, installing new perspectives and possibilities, affirming that yes, I am a divine spiritual being and so are you. And though you may not be demonstrating it at the moment, I'm going to look past that and see who you really are because I know who I really am. Okay? All right, so we're going to leave it at that this week. I hope I haven't overwhelmed you. I hope you go back and listen to this. I live by this. It has changed my life in ways I can't even begin to describe. My life has just been a series of magic and manifestation and spiritual experiences every single day. It's just amazing. And I want for myself the same thing I want for you. Okay? To experience the magic and unleash the magic of who you truly are and the possibilities that await you. Just go inside and find the true you. And together we'll be on this journey. Thank you for allowing me into your Sunday morning. All righty. Again, we have yet to be able to have a place for donations, but if you would like, I'm going to go ahead. We sent in, we got the name change back from the state, but the IRS is requiring us to send in proof of the name change. I don't know why they can't come together on the same board, but hey, it's okay. It's a journey and we're having fun doing this. We're learning so much. So we've sent in that to the IRS. So we're still looking to build funds for that $600 payment to the IRS, which would be another step that we're getting ready to take. We're having July 20th readings in the park. I spoke of this a little earlier on the before we started live, but I'll touch on it again. It's from 11 to 5. We'll have 5 mediums there. We're going to have an amazing drumming circle there from this beautiful group who's going to play a couple of sets for us to keep the energy rolling. It'll be $20 for one reading from a medium if you just want to do one person. And it's not 5 minutes. No, the mediums are going to really sit down. This is going to be a deep personal reading, okay? It's not like we do at the events where you just get a little bit. This is going to be some in-depth, so trust me, it's going to be worth your $20. But also, if you want to experience all 5 mediums, then for one pay of $50, you get all 5 of us. So that's like getting out each one of us for only $10. So there's the better deal there. We're also going to have food and drink, and we're really, really hoping that we're going to have a 50-50 raffle. So please come out and join us. We look forward to seeing you there. And the fact that you have that you tune in with us every Sunday, that in itself is a blessing and an offering that I am going to bless today. If you want to send any cash offerings, you can send it to 43 Virginia Avenue, Dayton, Ohio, 45410. Okay? And you can make it out to either All Spiritual Life Center, or you can make it out to Mike and Michelle Hale. It does not go into our account. We have a lockbox that we put all the church funds into. So that's not who we are. We don't do that. I just wanted to share that. All the funds that we gather, we put in that lockbox, and it goes towards these little red tape things that we have to pay and do so that we can, when we have our building, not only will these things open up for the grants that we've written so they can see and know that we're the true self, and we can't open a bank account under All Spiritual Life Center until we get that next letter from the IRS. And that's not the $600 one we're talking about. We're waiting on another letter that we have to take to the bank. So I just want to be completely transparent with what we do here at All Spiritual Life Center so that there's no question. And if you ever want to ask us anything that has to do with any of the funds or anything like that, please feel free. We have nothing to hide. We'll show you whatever we need to show you, okay? Show you our minutes to our board meetings. We just want you to know that we're the real deal. This church is your church, okay? This is your church. This is your center, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and bless the offering of us being together and sharing. So let's close our eyes and feel that heart center in which we cultivated earlier. Breathe through that heart. Oh, smile big. Allow gratitude to be what fills you right now. I could cry. I'm so grateful and so happy. And this gratitude that we can do this together, that we're free to do these things together, and that we can build upon step by step and grow. This gratitude is what we offer back to the universe to infinite intelligence. And we say yes. We say yes because we know this gratitude is what triggers those unseen laws. And then we focus upon that gratitude, and the universe always says yes, so it gives us more reasons to be grateful. And we say yes as it says yes to us. And we express divine love in this moment for ourselves, for our being, for the world whole, and all of humanity. We're grateful for the life that breathes us, that we have our being in. And we let this go. We offer this to the universe. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. And together we say, so mote it be. Amen. You get teary-eyed over here. So thank you so much for sharing your morning with us. And I hope you have an amazing week. So our benediction, we just kind of did that with our offering. So we thank Infinite Source for being here and gathering us, providing our minds to share this information and put it into practice. Play around with these things that we've discussed. Just play around with it. Find out for yourself how amazing it is, how your life can change so quickly. Have a blessed week. We will see you next Sunday morning. Okay? And I love you. From All Spiritual Life Center, bright blessings. Bye-bye.